What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BMAX45, and we're coming at you with another video. We have another in our How to Build series, and we're here talking about BT25 decks as well as the new starter decks. We're looking at the BeatBreak / Glowing Dawn deck. This is the themed deck around the new BeatBreak anime that just came out just end of last year around October. And we've been enjoying that anime, as well as we're enjoying the fact that this is coming to the Digimon TCG, and there's a lot of cards for the deck. We have a cool promo card. We have a bunch of other cards here from BT25, and we have as well as the starter deck cards here. And we're going to get into it right here and check out what this deck is all about and just see how we might enjoy this deck into the BT25 format. But hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss one single minute of fun. And we're going to just jump over here because one card I didn't think of that's probably not Glowing Dawn trait is the E-Pulse. The E-Pulse is just a BeatBreak card. So one card we didn't think about here. So getting into it here, we got the new Glowing Dawn trait cards. So far, there's only one Digi-Egg two Digi-Eggs I've seen, which are the Fremon in BT25, which has the inherited effect when attacking once per turn by trashing your top security card. This Digimon may digivolve into a Glowing Dawn trait card in the hand with a reduced cost by 1. You also have the Gekkomon inherited effect when attacking once per turn by trashing the bottom face down card from under any of your Tamers. This Digimon may digivolve into a Glowing Dawn trait. This is when attacking. They're both when attacking. In the hand with the cost reduced by 2. So you got a 2 cost reduction for when attacking here for just trashing a face down card off your Tamers. And by trashing your top security here, you get a 1 cost reduction. So I'm probably thinking we're leaning towards the Gekkomon because 2 costs is better. And this deck does put a lot of stuff under your Tamers. But in order for that to work, you got to get your Tamers on the board. So that's interesting too. Getting into the lower level monsters here, we have the Searcher Gekkomon in the starter deck, which is going to let you to reveal top 3, add a Glowing Dawn trait, and put 1 such card under any of your Glowing Dawn trait Tamers face down, and then return the rest to the bottom of the deck. It's also got inheritable piercing. So obviously this deck is going to be doing a little bit of piercing here. We also got the new Gekkomon, the BT25 Gekkomon, which is also a searcher. So it's again 2 Gekkomon searchers, also inheritable piercing. On play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Glowing Dawn trait card and 1 green card with BeatBreak trait among them to your hand. So it's going to add a green BeatBreak card and a Glowing Dawn trait. So this one's going to add 2, the other one's going to place 1 under your Tamers. So probably looking at this guy being a little bit more important than the other Gekkomon, but you could end up playing 4 copies of both, or maybe like 2 or 3 copies of this, depends. We have the Cheerupmon with inheritable retaliation. All these cards can digivolve on Glowing Dawn trait cards for the reduced cost, so you don't have to worry about colors. It's like an adventure themed deck. Although I feel like the cards we're getting in BT25 are a lot better than the cards we got along with the adventure decks in BT21. Honestly, this BT21 support, other than Tai, wasn't that influential in the deck really that much. But I think this is a lot better. So on play, by trashing the bottom face down card from under any of your Tamers, you may return 1 Digimon card with Glowing Dawn trait from your trash to your hand. So this gives you some recursion to get your pieces. We have the Lolymon. When this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon card with Glowing Dawn trait, reduce the cost by 1 and inheritable barrier. So reduced cost Digivolution, kind of like the Liberator rookies that let you reduce Digivolution costs. So this guy might be important, and those cards have been really good, especially when you can like warp to a level 5 for 2 instead of 3. That's kind of interesting. This one is a searcher. It reveals, adds 1 Glowing Dawn trait and 1 yellow BeatBreak. So a lot of the deck I think is going to be yellow and green because the most powerful components of the deck seem to be Tomoro, Tenma, and Kyo Sawashiro's line, which makes sense because they're main character as well as like the powerful leader of the Glowing Dawn. So it makes sense. So it's going to focus around like the Lolymon, the Gekkomon. We also have Pristimon, which has blocker, inheritable blocker, and it has the on play by placing 1 card face down from any of your Tamers, draw 2. So that's kind of cool. Placing a card you might not need right now in your hand to potentially draw into your pieces is actually also really good. So I kind of like Pristimon as well as a potential card. Getting into our level 4s, we have Armalizamon. And thinking of the Pristimon, I think you could potentially play 2 or 3 of it. I don't know if it's a 4 of. Armalizamon, Inheritable Piercing. It feels like the inheritables so far are not as good as I would like because they're all like just the same. So you're kind of like, you're not getting anything extra out of it. Like if you have a Gekkomon and an Armalizamon, you're just getting Piercing. So, but inherited effect is Piercing. The starter deck one lets you play a Tamer. If you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you can play any of the Tamers with the Glowing Dawn without paying the cost. So that's actually really nice. You also have the BT25, which also has inheritable Piercing. Again, seems like a waste of time. Honestly, seems like a waste of resources. They could have done a lot better, I think, with the inheritables in this deck. On play, when Digi-Evolving, you may suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon once per turn. When you use an option card with the Glowing Dawn trait by trashing the bottom face down card on one of your Tamers, reduce the cost by 3, so you can play 3 cost options for free. So that's not bad as well. And then, of course, we have the Cougarmon. This one here is the starter deck one. It's got on play, trash, add your top security to the hand, then recovery +1, which is nice. Always nice to add cards from your security to hand. When this Digimon would Digivolve into a glowing Dawn trait Digimon card by trashing the bottom face down card on your Tamers, reduce cost by 2, so you can do a reduced cost Digivolution, Inheritable Barrier again on both the Cougarmons. Seems like a waste, but all right. And then the BT25 one, on play when Digivolving, 1 of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3,000 DP for the turn. Then by trashing 2 bottom face down cards from under your Tamers, this Digimon may Digivolve into a glowing Dawn trait without paying the cost. So if you trash 2 with him on play when Digivolving, you can basically Digivolve into your level 5 without paying the cost. So that's kind of interesting. That's kind of nice. Getting into we still have Wolvermon as another level 4 with, and again, inheritable blocker. It's got blocker on itself, and then when this Digimon would Digivolve into a glowing Dawn trait Digimon card by trashing the bottom 2 face down cards under your Tamers, reduce the cost by 2. So same thing. This reduces it by 2. This Cougarmon and the starter deck stuff reduces by 2. This Cougarmon pays the cost, although this these are your turn abilities where you can use at any point, whereas this has to be on play when Digivolving. So there is a little bit difference with that. We also got the BT25 Monarch Lizamon, which is a dual card, which has the effect of the Arts Digivolution. It also has the Final Judgment, which allows you, if you have a Glowing Dawn trait, you can use it without meeting the color requirement. And then it gives 1 of your Digimon gains Rush, Security Attack +1, and 5,000 DP until your opponent's turn ends, and then may attack. And then it Digivolves into this guy, and then gets the Rush and the Security Attack +1, so that's kind of cool, plus the 5,000, so he goes up to 12. So he's big. And then he has the, by trashing the bottom face down card on any of your Tamers, Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. And then also this Digimon may battle 1 of your opponent's Digimon. So yeah, it kind of just says, I don't think the Digimon has to be suspended. It just gets to battle. So if you have the Piercing, the Rush, Security Attack +1, you can do a lot of damage with this ability. And he goes up by 5,000, plus if you have any other DP inheritable boosts. There's the Monarch Lizamon from the starter deck, which has Alliance. And then by suspending 1 of your other... it has Alliance, and then on play when Digivolving, this Digimon gets 3,000 DP until your opponent's turn ends. Then if it's your turn, by trashing the bottom face down card on any of your Tamers, you may play 1... play or use, so basically option or Tamer or Digimon Glowing Dawn trait card from your hand with the cost reduced by 3, so that's not bad. Also has the inheritable end of attack by trashing the bottom face down card from end to any of your Tamers. This Glowing Dawn trait Digimon unsuspends. So that's kind of cool. We have Murasamimon, which has Alliance as well. He has a on play when dissolving, give your opponent's one of your opponent's Digimon minus 5,000. Then if it's your turn by trashing the bottom face down card, you may play one. Same thing. You can play or use Glowing Dawn trait card for reduced cost 3. So same ability. End of attack by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your Tamers on suspend. So same thing. So both of them using the same ability. Then we have the BT25 Murasamimon, which also has Alliance, has when dissolving when attacking once per turn by adding the top security card to your hand and trashing the bottom face down card under any of your Tamers. You may play one play or use cost with Glowing Dawn trait from your hand with reduced cost by 3. So you have that as well. So it's basically the same kind of thing, allowing you to play those cards for free. End of attack by trashing the bottom face down card from under any of your Tamers. This Digimon with the Glowing Dawn trait unsuspends. Same, they're just liking using the same end of attack thing, which isn't bad because you get multiple checks and stuff like that, so that's not terrible. There's the level 6s. So I have no idea what I feel like this guy's pretty powerful, so I feel like we're gonna want to play the new dual card, but I don't know what kind of ratio on these guys are going to be good. They all have very similar abilities. And then, of course, you got a Tratismon, which is another dual card with Eclipse Impact, which suspends one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with the highest DP to the bottom of the deck. It also has Security Attack +1, Reboot Blocker, and then your opponent's Digimon effects don't affect this Digimon until their turn ends. Then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. So that guy's interesting as well. And then we have the Habakirimon from the starter deck, which when attacking once per turn, place one of your opponent's lowest DP Digimon as the top security card. Then by trashing the top security card of one player with the most security cards, recovery +1. And then all turns once per turn, when any of your Glowing Dawn trait Digimon would leave the battle area. By trashing your top security, they don't leave. So protection, security protection, basically like barrier almost, but effect protection. And then we have the dual card in the new Habakirimon, which has the Habakiri option, which is main one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8,000 DP for the turn. Then by trashing the top security card, all of your opponent's Digimon get minus 5,000 DP for the turn. So yeah. So we're seeing that as well. Minus 8,000, yeah. So this one has a lot of good minus DP effects. And then, of course, it has its when Digivolving when attacking once per turn, recovery +1. And then by trashing the top security card of one of the player with the most security cards, this Digimon on suspends, so it gets more attacks. And then all turns once per turn, when any of your Glowing Dawn trait Digimon would leave the battle area, by trashing your top security card, they don't leave. So again, protection. And the nice thing too is when you got things like Murasamimon here too, with the Alliance, you can Alliance pretty easily because you can play a Digimon with this ability. Same with the Monarch Lizamon and the other Murasamimon, so they all allow you to play Digimon as well as options or Tamers. So the top end is not super. I've heard a lot of people like a Tratismon. I think he's pretty good, but the top end is not exactly what I would have hoped for. It's interesting. It's interesting, especially with the new Arts Digivolution. But it's not something I'm super excited about yet. And then I'm the level 5 lineup and a lot of the other stuff I'm really excited for. Of course, then we have our Tamers here. We have our Glowing Dawn option card, which is you have to use requirement is Glowing Dawn. Reveal top 3, add 1 card with Glowing Dawn trait to the hand, return the rest of the bottom of the deck, and then place this card in the battle area. And then it basically acts as a memory boost because you can delay it to gain 2 memory. Then you have the E-Pulse ability, which again, you have to have the BeatBreak trait. And it says main, you may play one BeatBreak trait card with a cost of 4 or less from your hand or trash without paying the cost, then place this card in the battle area. And then start your main phase by placing this card from the battle area face down under any of your BeatBreak Tamers, draw 1 and gain a memory. So this puts stuff under your Tamers, so that's pretty good. Then you have your Tamers, of course. We have the Reina and Makoto Tamer. All of them have all of these Tamers here, these two guys. The dual Tamers have started your main phase. You may place the top card of your deck face down on your Tamers. Then if your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory. So it gives memory. The one gives you an effect when it affects trash cards from under your Tamers by suspending this Tamer. One of your glowing dawn trait Digimon gains jamming for the turn. The other one, if you do the same thing when you suspend it, one of your glowing dawn trait Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP. So DP boost or jamming. The jamming seems a lot better, especially when you might be attacking with lower level monsters. We also have the new Tomoro Tenma from BT25, which if you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3. When any of your Digimon suspend by suspending this Tamer, you may place the top 2 cards from your deck face down under this Tamer. So that's good because it gets you 2 face down stuff to use for its ability. And then once per turn, when you use the glowing dawn trait, when you use a glowing dawn trait option cards by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your Tamers, reduce cost by 1. So that's nice as well. I think this guy's going to be very popular. Something we didn't see in here, Kyo. Kyo has his own new card as well, which I think a lot of people are liking here. And that's he's a memory tamer as well. He has an alterns when your security stack is removed from by suspending this tamer, you may place the top 2 cards of your deck face down underneath him. So that's interesting if you gotta go the route of the Cougarmon stuff. Then when any of your glowing dawn trait cards would be played by trashing the bottom face down card under any of your Tamers, reduce the cost by 1, so reduce cost to play. So that's cool as well. So we always do like that. So I think both these 2 guys are going to be important parts of the deck, as well as maybe this dual Tamer. I don't know if I don't see like the plus 3,000 DP just doesn't seem worth it. Other than the fact that you can place cards under your Tamers, so I'm leaning more towards the free jamming, in my personal opinion. There are obviously other BeatBreak cards. We are getting some like evil BeatBreak monsters. Yeah, it's really hard to like search this stuff by trait, but that's generally all your glowing dawn support that you're getting in this set. So this is kind of like the skeleton build of the deck, what you're going to be focusing on, and then you fill it out with other pieces. I definitely think the E-Pulse is going to be very, very important for the deck. I don't know about the glowing dawn. With all the searchers you have, maybe you play this over that Gekkomon. I'm not sure. It is a memory boost, so that is kind of nice. So if you feel like you need memory boost, but I feel like the deck space is going to be pretty tight with all the cards we got. Although, like, again, I'm not sure about the level 6 lineup. It feels kind of weak, in my opinion. Probably leaning more towards the green aspect of the deck, the Gekkomon stuff. And we do have some pretty great cards. In fact, we have a way to play Tamers for free. We have multiple ways how to play Tamers for free, honestly, with a lot of the abilities, or at least for a reduced cost. So we'll have to see where this all leads us for BT25. But let me know what you guys think about the Glowing Dawn deck. Do you think it's going to do well? Do you think it doesn't have enough support, even with a starter deck and we're kind of 2 lines of support basically and a starter deck? Or do you think it needs way more flushing out to really be good? But we're interested in it because it's a new deck, it's the new anime, and it's really fun, and it looks like it's going to be like a cool mechanic, kind of like the adventure deck. So we're hoping that it is successful and that we have some fun playing this deck into the BT25 format. But let us know your guys' thoughts, and what other cards do you think you could use in how to build this deck? Do you think you're going to use a lot of other things like memory boosts or trainings, or maybe not because of the multicolored facet of this deck? But let me know, guys, down below what you guys think, And looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. That's all for now, folks.